What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Bust out another 1,000. If you didn't know, if your boat's in the shop, there's a potential you can just spend $1,000 or more. Today what we're going to be going over is a Glasstream 23-foot center console, I believe. What's going on is they're having a voltage issue with the battery. Keeps dying on the guy. So what we're going to kind of go through is walk you through the steps of finding out what is drawing the battery down and then what we're going to do to remedy the situation. So stay tuned and keep you posted. We're getting ready to go through this process and show you how it's done. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do here is we got the battery switch right there. We're going to have a voltmeter on here. Turn the battery switch on. We're going to see it pull. Once we see the volts drop, we're going to start pulling one thing at a time. I'm going to go up to the console. If I'll have Chris over here, he's going to have the voltmeter on there, checking to see when it drops and when it does drop, when it comes back up. So I'm going to go up front. I'm going to get you up in here, Chris. We'll do this. Take a drop. I'm going to get you to do the camera. I'll pull. I'll go ahead and pull some fuses. You want to hold this? Well, it's going to be a little hard. Actually, I can do this. All right. So for instance, we'll do that. I'm going to turn the battery switch on, and we'll see the drop. Okay, so we're at 12.6. Look at it coming down. 12.11. Yeah, let's just keep going down. All right, so we're gonna leave this on. I'm gonna go up here. I already got all this stuff out the way. Now I'm gonna start pulling the fuses to see if we hear him say, we got voltage back. Just holler if you get a voltage raise. Alright, so we didn't get any change there. Okay, still at 11.96. Okay. Next thing we do, we already checked the power pull on this. Next thing we'll do here is we're going to disconnect the engine ground. So yeah, let's turn that off. Okay. Which one's here? Oh boy. Okay. Alright, so we'll turn the battery switch back on. Angle you got you seeing the voltmeter. Now we got 12.5 volts. Alright, I'll be right in. Yeah. Okay. So with that, we disconnected everything from the boat. We know there's no problem with the boat. Now we got something going on with the engine. We're gonna start looking at that. Stay tuned. Alright, so obviously we got the ground cable off for the motor disconnected, or the ground motor for the engine disconnected. So we're gonna go ahead and hook it back up, and then we're gonna have to start pulling wires on the motor to see what happens. So I'm gonna get this ground cable hooked back up, and we'll switch back on, and we'll start volt checking again here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a caravel. Ooh. So, with the cowling off the battery switch on, I smell something, and that alternator is hot. So Chris, I'm gonna get you to take that. I'm gonna take the battery, turn the battery switch off so we lose power to that. But I'm gonna get you to take that off on an American-made engine. It's up here.
Even that sucker's hot.
All right, so that is off. Okay, so let's go ahead. All right, so alternator hot wire is off. I'm gonna turn the battery switch. You clear? You good? Back on. And we got 12.5 volts. Put the wire back on it. Just touch it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. It's on it now?
It's trying to weld.
Okay, so it's arcing. Let's see. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna turn the power off on that. That is messed up. Okay. All right, yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna replace the alternator, and then we'll go back and test the battery. But that's pretty evident. We're gonna pull this back. On Mercury's charging systems, you have the hot wire and a 100 amp fuse right in here. We want to make sure that's not popped, which it's a little hard to tell right now. We got an alternator. Right here. Right here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, so alternator is installed. So now we're going to go back to the battery switch and do the same thing we were doing with the, we're trying to figure out what was going on with it now. Now that we've got the new alternator on, which it was all charred up and everything, so I'm pretty confident that was the problem. We're just going to show you on the battery what we should be seeing here. Let's get you. Alright, so we'll get this. Okay. Alright, now it's tight, so we've got 12.34 volts. 12.34 volts. You turn power on. Same volts. Problem solved. Yep. They fixed it. So, just gonna go over, if you ever do have a short, or not a short, a draw on a boat, there's a couple different ways you could check for it. One way is if you have a test light. Let's say you're checking power and you have a bunch of stuff on the battery, you hook the test light on power through it and you'll see if it's pulling any. Another way is just to have a voltmeter on the battery and you just start pulling, fuses, popping breakers, kind of process of elimination between what's pulling power, whether something's shorted, something's left on. There's a couple different reasons as to why it could be pulling power. Obviously if you have an automatic bilge pump, it's going to pull a little bit of power. Nothing crazy, but hopefully this gives you a little bit better idea as to how to do that. This one, in this particular situation with the alternator, we got, like I say, lucky, but once I pulled the cowling off, I smelled something burning. So I was like, okay, something's going on here, and as soon as I just started touching and feeling around, I felt that it was hot. Note to self, don't be afraid to touch, feel, move wires, do all that stuff, cut zip ties if you gotta get stuff out the way, you know, because I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta find it. So sometimes it does require cutting stuff, sifting through things. You know, I found a lot of things just from touching and feeling and moving through stuff. So sometimes that does work. If y'all got any comments or questions as to how to troubleshoot some of this stuff, comment down below. I'll be happy to respond to you and try and help you out. Maybe you have a problem you're trying to figure out your own. Be happy to help you guys if I can. Thanks, and like and subscribe to the channel, please, and thank you. Y'all have a good one.